Welcome everyone to the Tricktrades trade recap for Wednesday, April 27th. Today was it was a different type of day, especially after yesterday's price action. So yesterday's price action, for those that maybe don't trade options, we trade options very similarly to just trading the equity. There's not much difference there. It's actually a very simple strategy. But yesterday, regardless, actually, if you were trading options or equity, there were no bounces whatsoever. It was a very difficult day to manage. I actually ended up taking 2 losses. I was working with the momentum members. We took 2 small losses on Qs where there was so much distance into these trades. For it not to bounce is really unheard of. Like, we ended up working it out. Like, that has happened once this year where nothing wanted to bounce. Like, none of the trade plans wanted to bounce at these levels. So it happens. And then I ended up coming back later on in the afternoon, scalping SPY twice and traded Apple into that lower level. That one lower level did actually work. It just took some time to get it back into the VWAP. So ultimately a green day, but it was not an easy day. So coming into today, we proceeded with caution. Oops, sorry guys. We proceeded with caution and was very hesitant. I told members, be very cautious of shorts. It's very squeezy. You could tell once that market opened up, look at it. I mean, there's so many shorts that got jumped in yesterday, either towards the end of the day, looking for that major sell-off that didn't happen. And then that's when shorts are in danger. So it ended up giving us our setup. Like, if you take a look at each and every one of these trade plans, guys, remember, these levels are placed prior to the market even opening. These aren't placed after the fact. They're all placed, most of them in the evening, and then we'll tweak them in the morning at around 9 a.m., actually prior to 9 a.m. So all of these are placed prior to the market opening. So with that said, traded with small size today into these levels, ended up with a nice green day, but that's after 4 trades. 4 trades is generally unheard of for me. That's a lot. It's in my opinion, it's over trading. If you can't get it done in 1 or 2 trades, you're over trading. And today was just kind of one of those days, but everything did work. I took 2 trades on Apple with 2 different strike prices. This one was really difficult here. So took this first trade up here. Bing, bang, boom, it pulls back. I pay myself. I'm noticing that the premium is doing the same thing it did yesterday. It's barely moving. And that's due to earnings. So when we come into earnings season, they'll try and melt down this insane premium, okay? And that's what happens. And then they'll try and mess with people. And that's what they've done. And they'll do that coming into earnings. So sure enough, it only pulls back a little bit, pay myself on that trade. I knew I was heavily protected in this upper level, so I just let the rest go and then added into that pop coming into that level. And then I also took, and that was originally with the 157.50s, and then also took the 160 puts straight into that level. Again, this thing pulled majorly and it didn't move on the premium. It barely moved. This is a massive trade. On any other day, this would have been over 100% trade. And it just didn't move. Like I said, very strange day. So had to wait this out until the premium finally caught up because I've seen that before. So you just have to ride it out. And sure enough, that's what I did. Ended up paying myself way down here. It finally got green. And that's why those are pretty small P&Ls on Apple. One was only for $500. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was a really strange day. And then on SPY, you can see, like, just absolutely top ticked this coming up into the level. So you can see my first ad coming into that level and then smacked it just on extension and then paid myself. This ended up being, a massive trade. So my best entry there is at 224. And then my best sell is at about 487, producing about 100% trade. Absolutely amazing day on SPY. Also took AMD. Now AMD, I took 2 trades. So firstly, into this first level. Now it doesn't look, and I'm going to zoom in. Like I said, it was a really strange day. So into this level, you don't really see any movement, do you? Like it didn't pull back. It actually did on this candle here. It opened up, it popped, and that's where I took it. And then when it pulled back, it was actually nicely green. It was a real small starter position just because of the squeeze, okay? Now I was nicely green and I paid myself. And I know it looks like there's nothing there, but that's the difference with options. You take care, you take advantage of the premium, okay? So I still had a few left, just let them go, understanding how protected we are in this upper level. And we had the 5 EMA on the daily as protection as well. So just simply just let the rest of those contracts go and then add it in at the top. Actually, I don't think I got it here. I got it right in here and then just, that was my final add and then was just patient with it. So locking in, you know, another small day on AMD, although it was a big trade. Again, these were small trades that I took. These weren't with any type of size, you know, and still managed to produce, you know, 3-4K on the day plus. So, you know, outstanding day. Again, level to level trade here on Qs. Lots of members took Qs, literal top tick on that one. Just fucking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful day. Again, I'm going to explain one more thing here. I try to make these trade recaps more of like a lesson, right? Like some sort of a video lesson where you guys can gain some sort of information from it. And with that said, I know in hindsight, this looks super easy, doesn't it? Doesn't it? It looks like, holy shit, you guys smoked everything. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Today wasn't an easy day. I know it looks easy in hindsight. It's like, oh, just right into the level. The way the premium was working, the way it was flying into those levels on any other given day. Yes, super easy, unemotional day. Today wasn't. And that's due to yesterday's action. So you always have to try, and when your head hits that pillow and you go to sleep after whatever market day it is, and let's say you had issues, when you go to sleep, you really have to do your best to try and forget about that day. Evaluate and review, but you have to try and just shrug it off, okay? Learn from it, and then that's it. Don't think about it again. Learn from it and move on. Now, with that said, after such a strange day yesterday, it's hard to forget that. In fact, you're probably wise not to forget that, okay? The market is trading very differently than it has before. And I said that at the beginning of this year. I said that this market was going to trade differently than we have seen in years. And that's what it's doing. It's trading very differently. And one of the nice things that we are able to do here at Tricktrades is adapt. That's what we're all about. We're about adapting, sticking with our core strategy, but you have to adapt the subtleties that go into that strategy. And that's what we're doing. And, you know, it's just overall, it was, you know, a nice day. And again, in hindsight, it looks super easy. It wasn't necessarily easy. It was kind of difficult, but it is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you learned something. If you're struggling in the market, come to tricktrades.com, guys, and we'll have your back. It's your absolute best opportunity to get involved in the markets and make a career out of this. Now, I can't promise you the world. I can't promise you're going to make $1 million, guys. I'm not going to do that. But what I can promise you is I'm going to give you the best market education that is absolutely available. So come to tricktrades.com. We'll check you on the other side, folks. Adios.